month tarot reading. Um, One of the things that I was picking up while I was shuffling the cards is that deepest wishes are being fulfilled. Okay, I'm sensing that for a lot of you, there has been something that you're not really verbalizing to your either your relationship partner or the people around you. There is like some kind of deep-rooted emotional thing that you've been manifesting or trying to manifest for quite some time. You've been working very hard at it. You might be working at it in secrecy because you feel like, oh, it's never going to pan out and it's never going to come to fruition. And, you know, it's just so wild, beyond the wildest dreams, that I don't feel I can, you know, bring it to fruition, or I can manifest it in the real world. So you've kind of held it in, and you've kind of held it pretty much, you know, you haven't really revealed it to anybody. So I feel that there is something that you are very emotionally invested in. It might be a person that you've been having like unrequited love for quite some time. It could be a person that you really like, whose company you really enjoy, but you haven't told them that you like them. So I definitely feel there is some obstacles when it comes to manifesting this deep um, yearning, this deep wish of yours, mainly because you haven't really verbalized it. You haven't given it a chance to exist because it hasn't been talked about. It hasn't been brought into, you know, the physical environment. So I hope that makes sense for you. And I do feel that one of the ways in which we can, you know, manifest things is, first of all, we have to think about what we want, and then we have to write it down and try to think about realistically how we can have it come into the fold or exist in our lives, okay? And then how we can benefit from it by becoming, how that object, that person, that item that we really, really want can help us become better people as a result. So I feel like there's something that you're holding back on, and you feel like, you know, no, it's too good to be true. It'll never happen to me. But I definitely feel over time that, you know, it's become like the way that you think about it has become more of an obstacle to attaining that thing. So this is something that you might want to try to fix for the next 2 weeks, okay? So I wouldn't say it pertains to negative thinking or anything like that, but I do feel that, you know, taking charge and taking ownership of the things that you want and then going out into the physical world, the real world, and pursuing it is going to make you feel very empowered. Not only, you know, not only happy, but very empowered, because you're going to realize that, you know, I wanted it, I made it a reality for myself, okay? And it will also make you extremely happy as well. So this is something to think about for the next 2 weeks. What is that desire that you've always wanted? You know, is it like becoming a writer, writing a book, publishing your own book? Or, you know, achieving stability in your love life, for example, or overcoming hostilities from other people, the naysayers, in order to get your life on track. Whatever it is, this is something to really think about for the next 2 weeks, okay? What are some of the things that you want? What are some of the obstacles that you've had to deal with? Or what are the real obstacles that are preventing you from achieving that thing that you want? So this is coming under examination here. I do sense for another group of you, there might be a situation where you are entrenched in a love romantic triangle with another person, and this person might have, like, you know, commitments elsewhere, and they're not happy, okay? That can be, or it can be, you know, the reverse, where you are in a committed relationship and you might have like a love interest that is very, very sentimental, somebody who's very emotionally nurturing of you, and but you can't really, you know, your mistress or your mister, you can't bring that relationship out in the open, mainly because, you know, you've got a commitment elsewhere. So you might be in a relationship and you might have a mistress or a mister, or you could be in a relationship with somebody who has commitments elsewhere. And this is the month in which, you know, the situation might come to light, or it's a month in which you're kind of deciding for yourself that this relationship is not worth it, okay? For those in established relationships, I do feel a lot of very good energies coming through for you, so not to worry, not everyone's breaking up or anything like that, but this is not a breakup month. I don't feel that it's a breakup month. I feel that a lot of things need to be re-examined, okay? So let's talk about the spread. At the crowning energy here, we do have the Lovers, and the Lovers is about stability in love relationships and business partnerships as well. This is a situation in which two complement, two very different energies come together. It's the feminine, the masculine, the yin and yang, and it's also a relationship that is built on complementarity. So two people, they don't have to be the same, but they balance each other out in a very harmonious way. So this is a very, very good energy that indicates, stability in love and in business partnerships as well. Based on this spread, I do feel that you have a lot of support here, okay? And I feel that, once again, this energy proves to me that for a lot of you, you might be in very stable relationships. And, this can be a situation where the stability is becoming something that you just pretty much relied on, you take as a default. And as a result of it, it could be, your partner or you taking one another for granted, okay? So this is a situation where it can be built on love, but I do sense that, having one another there all the time is a situation that we're both starting to take for granted. So this is something to keep your eyes peeled about, okay? At the heart of this reading, we have the Three of Coins, and the Three of Coins is in the reversed. In the reverse position, it indicates usually, a business deal gone wrong. This is also like a romantic partnership in which, there might be flirtations, there might be other people getting involved in the mix. So it's a threesome energy, which is conducive to a lot of gossip, to a lot of problems, okay? What's crossing it here is the Eight of Swords, and the Eight of Swords is a state of confusion, a state of, I guess, immobilization. This person is not doing anything to get themselves out of the binds, even though they're not blindfolded. They see what's going on. They're surrounded by swords, but the swords are mental energies. They don't really have any bearing in the real world. So all the things that you're worried about, I do feel are just, reasons or things that you rationalize to keep you in this place of fear rather than taking control and being proactive and taking charge of your life, okay? So this is a very problematic energies here. I'm sensing that there might be gossips, there might be rumors, there might be, potential for somebody having, extramarital affairs and things like that as well. So just keep that in mind and be very careful and be very vigilant about this. Keep your eyes peeled, okay? In the past position, we have the Five of Cups, and it's in the reverse position. So a lot of you have overcome, a sense of regret, sorrow, heartache. If you have a relationship partner, for example, and you have recently gotten back together in the past, and this can be for the past 3 months, for the past 6 months, but I do feel, 3 months is indicated usually when I do these mid-month readings. So within the past 3 months, a lot of you might have, broken up with somebody, but then might have gotten back together. Or at least you've broken up. If you have broken up and you're still single at this point, then you're at a point where you're overcoming the sorrow and the grief, okay? But specifically for those of you who have recently broken up and then have gotten back with the same person, there is some kind of jealousy, there is some kind of suspicion that, were they dating somebody in that time we were off? Are they still dating? Is there still communication and things like that? So you're kind of working yourself in this state of frenzy without knowing the information, okay? So communication is key in every relationship, and honestly, it doesn't serve any purpose. So, when you were not together, then I do feel that the other person has the right to date. And you likewise, if you're not together, there was like nothing binding the two of you. So you yourself have the right to date. So this isn't a situation where I feel that it's fair. It should be discussed. It should be talked about. But I don't feel that it's fair to let that energy interfere with the current relationship, okay? I hope that makes sense. Now, the foundation looks very, very promising. We have the Knight of Coins, and the Knight of Coins, this is your energy here. I do feel that you're approaching a situation very, very slowly in order for you to get all the details, in order for you to flush out all the details as to what it is that you want to know. So there are some things on your mind that you really, really want to know. And as a result of it, you're holding yourself back a little bit, and you're approaching this in a very methodical manner in order to ask the right questions, in order to put yourself, I guess, in order not to over invest in your feelings, in your heart, so that you don't get hurt. So I feel like a lot of you have to hold back a little bit. And the Knight of Coins are the slowest moving knights in the deck. So I do feel that this is a situation where you're sitting down and you're observing. So I keep getting the sense that like a lot of you are keeping your eyes peeled. A lot of you might be doing some digging up, or a lot of you might be I feel like scoping out something. That's the message I was getting. Like you're scoping out something. It's kind of like you're, you can be tailing somebody. You can be, just, I don't feel that you're hiring an investigator or anything like that. But I feel like you have some suspicions, and you're trying to do something possibly to catch somebody in the act, but I feel like there's a distance between you and them. So it seems to me as if you're scoping something out, and you're being very methodical and very meticulous about how you're going to approach this. So I definitely feel that that's, as the foundation, I feel like that's what you're trying to do. And in terms of love relationships, if a lot of you have recently gotten back with a person, the same person that you broke up with, I just want you to be very careful, okay? If you have recently started a new relationship, then I do feel this strong, methodical approach is going to be very good for you. Now, in terms of what's coming in, we do have the Star card. It's in the reverse position, and I'm not reading it so much as a wish card, but I definitely feel that this is a card about healing, okay? A lot of the times that we've been hurt in the past, we bring all of our suspicions into our present relationships, which can be very damaging. So those trust issues, the unhealthy relationship patterns that we've dealt with, if they're not resolved, they are in danger of ruining your next relationship. So this is something I want you to be very careful about. If you've dealt with a lot of hurts and pains in the past from somebody who was not a good relationship partner, and you're starting something new with somebody else, and all of the suspicions and all the trust issues are creeping in, I do sense that you want to just be very careful. Approach this situation as if it's a new thing. Give the new person the benefit of the doubt. Give the new situation the benefit of the doubt. At the same time, I'm going to say that, we all have very strong intuition. And if something is telling you that, if there are red flags just showing up out of the blue, then it's something worth investigating into, because the main message I'm getting for a lot of you is keep your eyes peeled, okay? So this is a month to be vigilant and to keep your eyes peeled, because I feel like something's a little bit off here. There might be jealousies, but then you want to understand where the jealousies are coming from. If it's coming in from other people, I don't feel it's coming in from you, because you seem very stable here. So if there are like rumors or jealousies and things like that, just find out where the jealousies and the rumors are coming from, where they're originating, so that you can tackle the issue, okay? In terms of the advice here, we have the Emperor, and the Emperor also indicates to me divine protection, okay? In this deck, it has a lot to do with taking charge of your life and taking charge of your domain and territory, okay? So one of the ways I'm sensing that this can play out in a relationship is we do have the Three of Coins as well as the Three of Cups, which indicates to me somebody around you might be interested in your love partner. Somebody around you might be vying for that position that you have. So you really need to take a preemptive strike by standing firm and feeling very secure in your position, okay? So that other people don't have the opportunities to sway you away from where you are, either in a romantic setting or in a work setting. So what I mean by this is, so for example, if you're at a party and, some people are coming in and talking to your mate, for example, your significant other, your spouse, whoever it is, just don't stand back and observe. You want to take a preemptive role by stepping in, introducing yourself, and introducing your significant other as, this is my boyfriend or my boyfriend, or my girlfriend or my wife or my husband. So claim your territory, claim your domain, okay? Because I do sense, once again, Knight of Coins are the slowest moving knights in the deck, and this is representative of your energy. So I do feel there is a situation that in order for you to have a firm footing, in order for you to establish yourself, you really need to step up and you really need to claim your territory, your domain, okay? So I do sense that that sense of divine timing, that sense of being in the right place at the right time is going to work in your favor, but you also have to take the initiative. So it's sort of like, between these two cards, I'm sensing this energy. I'm sensing this energy. It's sort of like, here it is, come and get it. So you really have to take that first step in the direction that you want, okay? So going back to what I was mentioning at the beginning about, there's something that you really, really want, and you're kind of because it hasn't been manifested, because it hasn't really given a voice, it's actually coming into the picture. So it's really hard for us to take up on opportunities when we are operating from a place where we feel like, oh, it's never going to happen to me, or that's just too good to be true. I do feel some sense of divine timing is going to help you with this, where you can actually go for it and you can actually achieve it, okay? And I feel like for a lot of you, this might just be a job situation that you feel would be perfect for you. It could be an investment opportunity and things like that, or even the right relationship partner. There's some sense of divine timing that is working on your side, but you also have to work along with it and make that first step in the right direction in order to get the things that you really want, okay? A lot of you too might have been dealing with, things not panning out in the past. As a result of this, you don't have that sense of confidence that you're going to be able to do it. But I do sense that, being proactive and picking yourself up after series of failures, I feel that it shows a lot of inner strength, it shows a lot of determination, and the universe usually rewards hard work and determination. So don't be discouraged, okay? Just go for it. In terms of the external environment, we do have here the Six of Wands in the reverse. So external to you, there might be a situation that has been fruitful in the past that is breaking down. So what I'm sensing for a lot of you is there might be a position that you're vying, or you've got your eyes on, and you're just like, oh no, I will never land that position. Somebody is being removed out of that position because they're not performing well. So that position might open up. And if you were to go after it, don't feel bad about the other person being dropped from that position, because I feel like they're not working to their potential, to their full capacity. They might have, for whatever reason, don't be afraid to go after it, because it is going to work out really well in your favor. If it's a person that, they've recently broken up, and you feel like, oh, I want to go for them, I feel that it's all right for you to express interest. And I feel that it's all right for you to tell them, I know you just broke up with somebody, and it might be too soon to date, but, just to let you know, I'm interested in you. Just to put it out there and see where it goes. Because I feel that it is going to work really well in your favor, but you have to take the initiative. You have to be the one to, go out on a limb just a little bit in order for you to pull this thing to you. And I feel like for a lot of you, it's like a long-standing secret wish. It's something that you have very, very strong sentimental values about, and you've kept it really close to your heart. And over time, it became like this secret wish that you was never given a voice, okay? In terms of your hopes and fears, for a lot of you, there are fears about first of all, financial concerns, like fears that you might not be, handsome enough. There might be fears that you might not be beautiful enough, financially sound enough, or financially stable enough. So for a lot of you, and I feel like for some reason I'm channeling a very masculine energy when I'm doing this spread for you, Taurus. So I feel like for a lot of you, there might be, somebody that you're really eyeing, and you feel as if you might not be rich enough, is what I'm sensing, or something to that effect. But I do sense that in a way it's kind of like that sense of self-doubt that is holding you back. Okay, so just be aware of that. Whenever the self-doubt creeps in, just shake it off and make it go away. Okay, and the best way to do that is say something really really just out of the blue, just to shake yourself away from the self-doubt and those dark negative thoughts. Okay, and things will start to balance themselves, and you will start to feel more confident. Now, in terms of the outcome, I do feel this is going to speak to like probably 2 or 3 different groups. If it is a position, it is going to pan out very, very well. Okay, it's going to be really, really good for you. This is a card about overcoming your financial burdens, overcoming financial fears. Okay, so this is a card of achieving financial stability and abundance. And for a lot of you too, there might be a situation where you might be in the process of scoping out your significant others and things like that. You might be sailing on from a situation that no longer serves you. Okay, this is a card about basically flying over things that have not been helpful for your self-esteem, for your own growth. We also have additionally the Three of Swords, and the Three of Swords is about, this is it's a heartache, pain, separation. So if there is, or if there are secrets coming to light this month, I do feel that it is serving your greater good by finally putting all your fears and anxieties to rest, because knowledge is power. So coming across whatever secrets or revealing secrets that have been brewing, at least you have the closure that you need in order to see a path forward and not return to it. Okay, so I do sense that it's going to be something very, very fruitful for you in the long run as well. I do sense that if it's a situation where you're coming across a lot of information that you hadn't been privy to in the past, it is coming through from other people. The Three of Cups in the reverse position is usually gossip, slander. It's about overhearing things, or at least hearing things through the grapevines. And it brings up whole the whole concept of that game telephone, where one message is like relayed between many, many different people, and at the end of it, the message is nothing like what was originally passed along. Okay, so be very careful about the source of your information, because I do feel the advice here is you have to take charge and to find out things on your own. Don't take things at face value, and also, controlling your territory, controlling your domain, and, getting control of a situation is going to allow you to, first of all, dissolve the self-doubt that you have regarding your capabilities, your potential. It's going to dissolve the gossip all around you too. So the energy is very, very strong for you to deal with all of these things that might permeate through your work environment or through your love romantic sector. So the element of claiming control of your territory is going to be required for you. Okay, so Taurus, I feel that it's a little bit challenging, but taking initiative and think about maintaining control of your own domain, and not letting other people encroach upon your space, or not letting other people's gossips and their meddlesome energies affect who you are on an innate level, is going to be very, very important for you. All right, so I do hope you try to get through the rest of this month, and I do wish you the best. Okay, if you'd like a private reading, please contact me at temperatestar@gmail.com. All the best, and be proactive. All right, take care. Bye bye.